Imagine yourself driving along a road with astonishing mountain views over a sky blue lake. Or maybe you're just walking on a trail with a natural spring next to it that has all of the colors of the rainbow. Perhaps you're just walking alongside trees that are so tall they seem to touch the clouds. These imaginations are not just fictional and can all be found in national parks in the United States. Now, I love to travel, and after going to many of the national parks in the United States, I researched 3 of them to see what makes them unique, as well as current preservation efforts by the National Park Service. Today I'm going to talk about Yellowstone National Park, Glacier National Park, and the Redwood National Park, as well as how each park is unique and what work is being done to continue preserving them over the years and for future generations. Now, whether you like camping, hiking, or just being outdoors, the national parks all offer these things as well as many other experiences, and learning about these parks will help you appreciate and protect them for future generations. Now, the first park I'm going to talk about is Yellowstone National Park. Here is a shot glass I got from when I went to the park about 4 or 5 years ago. It just has a bison, says Yellowstone. It's a cool little souvenir. I also have a map of the park on screen. This park was founded in 1872. Most of it is in Wyoming. Parts are in Montana and Idaho as well. Some natural features of this park is the Grand Prismatic Spring, which has many different colors. It's a very colorful spring. Old Faithful is a geyser that shoots hundreds of feet into the air. The Lower Falls Overlook offers many views, and there are also many hiking trails and camping spots in this park. Some current preservation efforts. The first one, which isn't current, was the Yellowstone National Park Protection Act. This established the park in 1872 and also set in place that land inside the park cannot be sold or bought by anyone. Another way that the park has preserved itself is the reintroduction of wolves. Wolves were brought out of the park in the past by farmers who wanted to protect their livestock, and this led to them being an endangered species. Now they are naturally in the park and all wild, and you can't do anything with them. Another way that the National Park Service works to preserve the park is allowing fires. Wildfires are actually good for the ecosystem of the park, and there are on average about 24 fires a year, 80% of which are started by lightning strikes, and these fires are all allowed to burn unless they pose a risk to people or massive buildings. The next park I'm going to talk about is Glacier National Park. I do have an actual physical map of this park. So this park was founded in 1910. It is mostly in Montana and Canada. You can see this bottom section here is all Montana, where this line isn't up. This is all Canada. The part of this park that I've been to was down here, where Lake McDonald is. There's the Going to the Sun Road, which goes around this lake. I will put an actual map on screen as well, so you can see it. Some natural features of this park. I just mentioned Going to the Sun Road, which is it's about a 2-hour drive. It's a road that goes through the whole park, or around that lake at least, and there are massive mountains next to it. The whole road is alongside of a mountain. There's also Lake McDonald, which is what the road goes around. This is a massive sky blue lake that came from a melted glacier. It offers hiking, camping next to it. There's also fishing and kayaking on it. The park also has a few glaciers left. They're all melting, so they won't be there forever, but there are still some glaciers there. There's also plenty of camping in the park as well. Some preservation efforts of this park is the reintroduction of bison, and another way is this park heavily focuses on sustainability. I have a water bottle here that I got when I was at the park. They sell these in the park. They're all reusable, meant to be reusable. You can also recycle it as well. It's just aluminum. The water inside of these bottles also comes from the springs in the park. It's not shipped from anywhere. Another way that they focus on sustainability is solar power. So Logan's Pass is the visitor center at the highest point in the park during the Going to the Sun Road, and that building is entirely powered by solar power. The third and final park I'm going to talk about is the Redwood National Park. This park was founded in 1968 and is all in California. There's a map of it on the screen. This is a candle I got from the park. It shows a redwood tree that you can drive through. This is a real thing. We did it when we were there. We actually got stuck in the tree with our car, but the trees there are so massive that you can drive cars through them. Some natural features are, of course, the massive trees. There's plenty of hiking, plenty of camping. And some preservation efforts of this park is the fixing of old logging roads. So logging used to be a big thing in this park, as you can imagine with how much wood there was from all these trees. This logging is no longer allowed, and these trees are now protected from the National Park Service. But these logging roads would wash out and could cause landslides, harming and destroying natural habitats of many animals, and maybe even harming the trees. So the National Park Service has worked on protecting these, as you can see in the picture on the screen. There's also been restoration efforts towards creeks and rivers that had no structure due to the trees being gone. Now, in conclusion, Yellowstone National Park, Glacier National Park, and Redwood National Park are all unique parts of the U.S., each with their own beauty, and these parks are all being actively preserved and cared for. Today we went over where each park is, what they have to offer, and some of the ways the National Park Service is working to preserve for and care for these parks. After learning about these parks and seeing what they have to offer, I encourage you to visit at least one of these parks at some point and see it for yourself. Next time you find yourself outdoors and see some plants, trees, or wildlife, anything outside, remember these things are all part of the ecosystem, and that national parks allow us to step into this environment and see it for ourselves. It is up to us to protect them and ensure they remain the way they are for future generations.